welcome back to the Reba Jam art channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful pineapple stitch. I will be using this Kotlin yarn from Crochet.com in the color Snow White. I'm actually making this for my wedding dress. These are going to be the panels for the skirt that I'm making. Very excited about that. There will be a video to come detailing more of the construction of how to make an actual wedding dress. It's a lot of work. Lots of work. But today I'm just going to be showing you how to make these stitches. These panels in this stitch. Yes, that's the right way to word that. Beautiful. So let's get started. So start by taking your yarn, and I'm using a 4mm hook today for this. And you can use any yarn, any hook. It'll just affect like how large your panel ends up being and like the drape of it. So it can be kind of fun to experiment with a few different types of yarn and hook to see what you like. But this stitch makes a really nice like blanket or like scarf or like a skirt in my case. Great. So to get started, you're going to make your slip knot. And for this particular stitch, you want to make sure you have a chain count of 15 plus 1. So what we're going to do, because if you see in this, I have like 4 of these pineapples in each row. So we're going to start with 60 chains plus 1 for 61. So we're going to chain 61. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 60 plus 1, 61. Beautiful. So we've got our chain of 61, and the first thing I'm going to do is to just do a row of single crochet to give it a little material kind of at the top to attach to the waistband of my skirt. mean, this part is optional, the row of single crochets, but I think it gives it a little more, it makes it a little easier, definitely. So, and that will take care of like that chain one, so like when you go in, you know, you have that extra chain on the top to start your row. So you should have 60 single crochets across your top foundation chain. It's going to be 60 single crochets. And now we will start working to make our pineapples. So we're going to start by chaining up 2, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets. So right here into this first stitch. Eek, it's tight. First stitch, double crochet, and next stitch, double crochet, and double crochet. Nice. Alright, so we've got 3 double crochets to start off this row, and we're going to chain 2, and then skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, in this 5th stitch. We're going to wrap your yarn around twice. We're going to do 7 triple crochets into this stitch here, and that's going to create sort of like the top of the fan shape that becomes the pineapples. So for the triple crochet, you work just like a double, wrap twice, you do it 3, so you pull through 2 loops, through 2 loops, and through 2 loops, and that's your triple crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, that a 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So we did our 7 triple crochets into this stitch here. Now we're going to chain 2 again, skip 4 stitches, and make sure, this is an easy mistake, this stitch right here gets kind of covered by your triples, so make sure you kind of count, you're counting this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, this stitch, we're going to do a double crochet, and then we're going to do 5 more double crochets, so we have a row of 6 doubles right here. So, double crow, oof, stitches are tight. Double crochet, 2, third double crow, oof, 5. I have a tendency to make my stitches very tight, which can be a little tough getting in sometimes, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And 6. Beautiful. Great, so now that you have your 6 double crochets together here, we're going to do the same thing again, chain 2, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in this 5th stitch we're going to do 7 more of these triple crochets together in 1 stitch. And if you like me and you have tight stitches, it can be a little tricky, but it works. And it didn't even wrap my yarn enough. Alright. So 1, wrap twice, pull through 2, beautiful, wrap twice, and to that same stitch, 2 loops and 2 loops. Skipping number 4, 2 loops, 2 loops, and 2 loops, and number 5. Count like a million times, double checking and triple checking, because it's really annoying if you miss stitches in this part, because it will throw off the whole thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah, this type of stitches relies a lot on counting and paying attention to where you are, but once you get it down, it's really easy and it works up really quickly. So again, make sure we're counting this stitch right here, chain 2, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our 5th stitch. We're going to do 6 more double crochets. 1, beautiful. And again, chain 2, 1, 2, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th stitch, same thing, 7 triple crochets into this 1 stitch, 1, 2, 3, and pull through 2. I love this stitch because it ends up looking a lot more complicated than it actually ends up being. It can be a little intimidating to try to learn these kinds of lacy stitch patterns, but if you take the time to just do it a couple times, you'll see it's really quite simple, and you can make some really beautiful pieces with these types of stitches. One, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Very nice. So again, chain 2, skip your 4 stitches, making sure to count this tucked hidden one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do 6 more double crochets. And 6. Very nice. Chain 2. 1, 2. And stitch number 5. You guessed it, 7 triples into this 1 stitch. 1, 2, and 3. That's 4. 6. And number 7. Nice. And as you can see, we're nearing the end here. Chain 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip your 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you should have 3 spots left to do your 3 double crochets. Yes. And this will be the time when you see if you have miscounted anywhere or skipped too many or not enough stitches anywhere. So you should end with your 3 double crochets, just as we started this row with 3 double crochets. So as you will see as we get further into this stitch, we're going to keep a symmetry about the whole overall. So like end to end, we will look the same. 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets. And because we counted to 61 as our starting chain, we'll have 4 of these clusters of 7 triple crochets. And those will be our pineapple fans. Lovely. So, to get started on our next row, chain up 2, turn your work, and we're going to do 2 double crochets to start this row. 1 and 2. You're going to skip over this one, chain 2, and then you're going to work double crochets across the fan. So it'll be double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and chain 1, and last one, whoops, double crochet. So if you want to check back, just count and make sure that you have 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And each double crochet will have a chain space in between. So it looks like this. Makes our fan become a little more fanned. Perfect. Then we're going to chain 2. And we're going to skip this first double crochet and then do a double crochet right here, and we'll have 4 double crochets going across, and that's skipping the first and last one of the row before. 2 and last one. Very nice. So yeah, you'll start to see kind of like a little pyramid effect going on with your double crochet areas. You skip that first one and then the last one. Chain 2, and then same thing into this fan, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, sure you have 7 of them with the space chain in between. And we're going to chain 2. Same thing, skip that one. Go into this next double crochet, and we're going to do 4 double crochets along this row here. Beautiful. And then chain 2. And back at the fan, so do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Yeah, I'd love to know what you're making with your pineapple stitch pieces. Are you making a blanket, a skirt, a top, a dress? Love to know. Love this stitch. It just comes out so nice and open and airy, and just looks a lot more like intricate than, I don't know, I feel like it really is. Because once you do it a few times, flies by. Perfect. Next, chain 2. Skip this one. We're going to do 4 double crochets. I think part of what makes it go by so fast is it is very repetitive once you start, and I'll show you how it's pretty easy to keep track of where you're going so you don't end up doing silly things along the way. Chain 2, and we're at our last fan, doing our double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double, chain 1. Don't forget the last one, double crochet, beautiful, and we're reaching the end, so we're going to do our chain 2, and skip this one, do 2 double crochets to finish out. Perfect, and then that is the 3rd row we've done so far. Does a nice little curve thing. Yeah. Perfect. So this will be the beginning of row 4. Chain up 2, and we're going to do 2 double crochets. This always a tight one. Perfect. Nice. So as you can see, we've got a row of 3, 2, 2 as our starting points. And that'll be a good way to indicate to you where you are in the pattern as we continue on. You'll see. So you're going to chain 2, and for this next part of our fan, you're just going to go into this space in between the first 2 double crochets, and you're going to do a single crochet. And we're going to chain up 3, and then do another single crochet in that next space. So for this row, you're working into those chain spaces in between the double crochets. 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and a single crochet. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you should have 5 little loops of your chain 3, creating that outward fan. Then we're going to chain 2 and skip this first one. So for this part, we're just going to be doing 2 double crochets. See our little pyramid. Chain 2. Same thing, single crochet into that chain space. Chain 3. Single crochet into that chain space. Chain 3. Single. And chain 3. Single crochet. Oops, there we go. And chain 3. Nice. Got our 5 little loops of 3 chains. Chain 2. And you always want to make sure you're not accidentally working into these chain 2 spaces. You want to keep those open throughout the entire pattern. We're only working into the spaces in the fan, and then your chain 2 spaces are spaces in between, you know. So we're going to do our 2 double crochets here, skipping the first and the last, keeping our symmetry. Chain 2. And see, we're skipping the 2 chain space into the space between the double crochets. Single. Chain up 3. Single crochet. Chain up 3. Single crochet. And chain up 3. Single crochet. Chain up 3. Perfect. Chain 2. And then do your 2 double crochets, skip 1, 2 double crochet, and a double crochet. Beautiful. Chain 2, and then do your single crochet in between the doubles there. Chain up 3, single crochet in the space, single crochet, single crochet, and single crochet. Beautiful. Now we're at the end here, so we're going to chain 2, and then do your last 2 double crochets. Lovely. And that'll be the end of our row 4. You can really start to see the pineapples form here on our fan pieces. If you feel a little uncertain, make sure you count the loops and that you have 5 loops on the top of each of the fans, and then 2 double crochets in each of the double crochet areas for that row. Very nice. And carry on. Row 5, chain up 2, and we're going to do another row of just 2 double crochets here at the beginning. So do a double crochet in each of your previous double crochets. Very nice, like so. Chain 2, and this where it starts getting, you'll start seeing the pattern of what's going on here as we go, I hope. So we chain 2, and then we're going to do the same thing, single crochet into that first loop of chain 3, chain 3 again, and single crochet into your chain 3 loop, chain 3, single crochet to the loop, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, and 1, 2, 3, and see, there's our last loop here. Yeah, so this last loop for our chain 3, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So with each row, you're going to end up with 1 less loop around the top as our fans go out, and then they kind of come to a point like a pineapple. Hence the name pineapple stitch. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're just going to do the same thing here, 2 double crochets in each of these previous double crochets. Chain 2, and then back in the fan, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single See, this is why it's important to make sure that you have 7 triple crochets and then 7 double crochets in the fans, because if you have the wrong number of stitches down here, it'll affect what's going on up here and how many loops you have, and it can kind of throw off the whole thing if like one pineapple ends up being a little smaller than the others. So it's important to just count as you go. It's easier to double check in the moment as you're doing it than it is to frog a bunch and try to do it again. So yeah, 2 double crochets there, chain 2, back in the fan, doing our single, chain 3, and single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, oops, 2 and 3, single crochet, and there we go, last single crochet of that fan, skipping over the chain 2 space with the chain 2, and then 2 double crochets here, very nice, chain 2, and the last fan, so single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and chain 3, last single crochet, beautiful. And finishing out the row, chain 2, and then we're going to do our 2 double crochets to finish out the row. So perfect. So as you finish that row, you want to make sure you have 2 doubles in each of your double crochet areas, and then 4 loops on each of the fans. Perfect. And so you know how I said that the ends can be your indicator of like where you are in the pattern. If you feel a little lost, you forgot which like what row you're on, you're always gonna have 3 rows on the ends of 2 double crochets. 2, 3, 1. See? And then these middle parts, you're always going to have 2 rows of the 2 double crochets. And in this next row, we're going to start increasing those areas. So you chain up, do your 2 doubles as normal, but with this row we're going to do an increase here. So you did your 2, we're going to do 1 more double into that same stitch as the second double, so we end up with 3 double crochets on the end. We're going to chain 2 and carry on with our single, chain 3, single, chain 3, single, amount of chain 3 loops. It'll be 3 in this row, and then we'll chain 2. And just like we increased on the ends, we're going to increase here on these middle clusters of double crochets here. So we're going to increase for both of these here. So we have 4 double crochets in this row. So 1, 2, 2 double crochets in that one stitch, and 2 double crochets into this stitch. Beautiful. And now as you're working the next few rows, you'll see the pyramid that shrunk will start going outwards, and that's what you want here. So now we're going to chain 2. Make sure you're skipping over these double crochet spaces, or chain 2 spaces. We're going to go right into this first chain 3 space, or single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. Beautiful. So we're going to chain 2, and again on our double crochet areas we're going to be increasing, so 2 double crochets in each stitch here for a total of 4 double crochets. Just remember, symmetry is the name of the game here. So in these like inner double crochet areas, you're never going to have an odd number of crochets there. Just to keep that in mind. See, we went from 6 to 4 to 2 to 2, now we're going to 4. And if you are a person who's very pattern oriented in your brain, you'll know we're probably going to have 6 in the next one. So back on our fan, doing the same thing. Single crochet in the space, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Nice. And we're going to chain 2 here. Back at our double crochet area where we're going to increase. So double crochet, another one in that same stitch, and then our double crochet, and another one in the same stitch. Nice. Chain 2, and then into our last fan, chain space, single crochet, chain up 3, and single crochet, chain up 3, single crochet, chain up 3, and single crochet. Nice. Now our chain 2, and remember how we increased? Our 3 on this end, symmetry, 3 on this end. So you're going to do an increase into this first double crochet here. So double crochet, another double crochet in that same stitch, and then our final double crochet of the row. Beautiful. Nice. So that is the end of row 5, I think. 1, count the single, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 if you count the single crochet only row as a row. So that's our row 6. And you can see our little pineapple fans starting to form. We have 3 chain 3 loops on each with these chain 2 spaces on the side, 4 double crochets in each of this area, 3 double crochets on each end. Nice. So begin row 7, chain up 2, turn, and do your 3 double crochets in each stitch. And then we're going to increase on the last double crochet. So we will have 4 double crochets total on the end of this row. 3, and then into that same stitch. 4. Beautiful. Chain 2. And now we're going to do the same thing. Single crochet into that chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet, and at the end of the fan, so we chain 2, and for this, we're going to do our increase in the first and last of our double crochet area, the row here. So 2 double crochets into that first stitch. And then we're just going to do a regular, just 1 double crochet. Regular, just 1 double crochet in this stitch. And on the last one, we will do our increase. So double crochet, oops, and then another double crochet right into that same stitch. So we end up with 6 double crochets together in this row. Chain 2. And do your single crochet right here in your chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet into that chain space, and chain 3, single crochet, and chain 2. Perfect. Add our double crochet area again, and we're going to increase into this first stitch, another double crochet into that same space, and just do a normal double crochet, and another normal double crochet. And in the last of this double crochet, I'm going to do an increase, double crochet, and another double crochet into that same space. Chain 2. single crochet into that chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, beautiful, chain 2, and back at our doubles where we're going to increase on each end. So 2 double crochets into that first space, stitch space, and a normal double, another normal double, and then we will increase in the last one here. Perfect. Chain 2, and then we're going to single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and we will chain 2. And then we're going to increase in this first double. So another double in that same stitch. And double to the end. For a total of 4 doubles on the end. Beautiful. Nice. So as you can see on the ends, we're starting to see the pattern where it goes in and then it will start coming out and start coming out. So we're gonna have on the end of that row, you'll have 4 doubles on each end, 2 chain 3 spaces on the top of each of your fans, and then 6 doubles in these inner double crochet areas. Lovely. So next row, chain up 2, turn, and do your double crochets. So we're gonna 1, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and then we're gonna increase into this last one for a total of 5 double crochets at the end of this row. So double crochet and double crochet again in that same space. Lovely. And chain 2. We're going to single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet into that next chain 3 space. Lovely. See how this is starting to look a little more pineapple-y, I guess. It's starting to come down, so you'll only have 1 chain 3 loop at the top of this, and chain 2. Same thing, we're going to increase on the ends of these, so we're going to do 2 double crochets into this first stitch, then normal ones across until we get to the last stitch. So we'll have a total of 8 double crochets in this area of the row. And then here we are at the last double crochet where we will increase. So double crochet and another double crochet into that same stitch. Lovely. Chain 2. And we're going to single crochet into our fan, chain 3, and a single crochet into that chain 3 space. Then we're going to chain 2, and here we are again at the doubles, increase into this first one, so double crochet into that same stitch, and then we're going to double crochet across in a normal way. Perfect. And at the last double crochet stitch where we will increase, double crochet, and another double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 2, and back at the fan, so we're going to single crochet into our chain 3 space, chain 3, and single crochet into that chain 3 space. Perfect. Chain 2, and back at our double crochet spot where we will increase in the first stitch, and another in the same one, and then double crochet normal across that row, and nice. And then here's our last double crochet stitch where we will increase again, double crochet, and another double crochet into that same space, chain 2, and single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. Beautiful. And as we approach the end here, you see, going to chain 2, and then do our increase in the first, double crochet stitch here, double crochet, and another in the same space, and then just finish out that row with the double crochets. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So that's the end of that row. And if we want to double check our work, we have 5 doubles on each end. We have 8 doubles in these middle double crochet areas, and we are at just 1 chain 3 loop at the top of each of our pineapples. So you can start to see the shape forming. So for the next row, same thing, chain up 2, and then do your double crochets with an increase just in that last one. So we're going to do 2, double crochet, here's 3, 4, and that last one, of course, we will be doing an increase. Good Lord, that is a tight stitch. Whenever my stitches start to feel a little too tight, geez, like this one, I don't even know if I can get my hook through, but I'll find a smaller hook laying around. And just go in and open up that hole. What the heck is going on here? So that's the last. And then just sticking that through will just kind of open it up so you can see where you're going now. Perfect. So this one we're going to do our increase, so 2 double crochets into that same space. So you'll have 6 doubles on the end of this row, chain 2, and we just have this one loop at the top left, so we're just going to go in with the double or a single crochet and then chain 2, and then go into our doubles, increasing in the first and last stitches as we've been doing in the previous rows. So 2 double crochets into this first stitch, and then we're going to go across as normal until we get to that last one. Lovely. So here's our last double crochet of the row, and we will be increasing here. So 1 double crochet and another in that same space. Then we're going to do 2, chain 2, and do your single crochet in that top chain 3 space, chain 2, and again increase into that first double crochet stitch, 2 double crochets together, and then go double crochets as normal across that row. And last normal one. Here we are at the last stitch where we will do our increase, tight stitches, 1 and another into that same space. Chain 2, do our single crochet into the top of that chain 3 space, chain 2, and do our increase again as we were in these double crochet areas, increasing on each end. So 2 double crochets into the first stitch, and then doubles across as normal. And here we are at the last double crochet where we will increase 2 double crochets into the same space here, chain 2, and then here we are at the fan again, doing our single crochet into that one last chain 3 space, chain 2, and here we are at the end again, going to increase into this first double crochet stitch, and double crochet as normal, so that we have 6 double crochets at each end of this row. So that's the end of that row. We have 6 double crochets on each end. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets in each of these inner double crochet areas. And then for the fan part, we just have the single crochet at the top of each one. Lovely. So next row, chain up 2, and we're going to carry on with that same kind of pattern as we've been doing of increasing. So we will have 7 double crochets at the beginning and end of this row. And here we are at the last double crochet stitch where we will increase. Double crochet and another double crochet in that same space. And we're going to chain 2, and we're just going to skip over and then go right into this next double crochet where we will increase into that first stitch. So we'll have 12 double crochets in these inner double crochet areas. last double crochet of this area where we will increase. So one double crochet and another into that same space. Nice. Chain 2, skip over the fan and into this first double crochet here where we will increase again and another in the same space, and then go as normal across. And again, for this row you'll have 7 double crochets on each end and then 12 double crochets in each of your middle spaces. And if you do this pattern with your numbers in check, it will, I mean mine's a little curved, but you can see it's just going to be a straight panel, which is nice for, you know, if you're trying to make a blanket or a shawl or something where you want the ends to be straight. Don't worry about it. As long as you're going about your counting in this stitch pattern, you'll have a nice rectangle at the end. Perfect. And here we are at the last double of that section where we will increase. Perfect. Chain 2, skip over into the first double where we increase. Last one, so we're going to increase here, double and another double into the same stitch. Very nice. Chain 2, skip over and double crochet into this first double crochet stitch and increase with another one in the same space and finish out that row with your normal double crochets. So you'll have 7 double crochets on the ends. Very nice. Last double. Perfect. So that is the end of row single crochet only row, which I do just for the sake of knowing where we are. Beautiful. So as you can see, we have these nicely formed little pineapple leaf like shapes, 4 of them, and that's essentially the pattern. So for the next row, we're going to be essentially repeating this first row, not the single crochet row, the first row of the actual pattern. So to do that, we will chain up 2, and we'll do 3 double crochets, just like we did in the beginning. Perfect. And then we're going to skip 4, just like we did in the beginning. So it's good to make sure you're counting along so that you have the right number of stitches in each row. Because for this one, we're doing 3, skipping 4. So chain 2 after your 3 double crochets. And we're going to go back into this big open space we have here. And this is where we're going to be doing our 7 triple crochets to start the next row. Or the next section of pineapple. So triple, that's 2. And 3. Try to push those together. And then 4. 5. 6. And 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have our 7 triple crochets into that big open space there. And again, we are recreating the first row where we had 6 double crochets here. So we have 6 double crochets here. So what we're going to do, chain 2, and then you're going to skip 4 spaces just like we did in that first row. Make sure you're counting this double crochet in the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 5th one, you're going to do an increase. So you're going to do 2 double crochets into this 5th space, not chain space, the 5th double crochet stitch here. So we have 2, and then 3, next 4, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in this last, or into this next space. So we have a total of 6 double crochets with 4 on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 2. And then we're going to do our triple crochets again into this big open space here. 2. Make sure you skip 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th space, we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And we're going to do 2 normal crochets, normal double crochets, and then we'll do 2 double crochets into this next one. So we have a total of 6. See? 3, 4, chain 2, and go back to your triple crochets into the next big space here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Always good to double count. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do our 2 double crochets into this 5th space here. 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. Then we're going to do our 2 normal crochets. Normal and normal. And then an increase in this next one here. Double crochet and double crochet in the same space. It's chain 2, and do 7 more triple crochets into your big open space. It's 4, 5, and 7. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 2. And then we're skipping 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 3 left. And we're just going to finish that row out with 3 double crochets. So that row will start us over. So the next row will be the 2 and then your 7 double crochets with the chain in between each one, just like we did right here. You just repeat that section over and over again until it's as big as you would like your piece to be. But yeah, that's how you do the pineapple stitch. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And let me know what you're making with your pineapple stitch. I'd love to know. And yeah, be on the lookout for the video where I show you how I assemble all of these panels of pineapple stitches together to make the skirt for my wedding dress. Very excited about that. Very big project. It'll honestly be a few months probably before that video comes out because I want to give myself lots of time to get that ready and not stress myself out about the dress, and you know, I'm not going to be revealing it until after the wedding happens. So anyways, thank you so much for watching and joining me here on the Reba Jam Art channel today. Happy crocheting, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye!